We have the honor and the privilege to learn about one of the greatest men of all time. Just because my wife left me, it doesn't mean that he wasn't a brave man.
Believe it or not, this is a freshman history class at East Village High School in the San Diego Unified School District.
I'm tired of hearing a lie about Columbus discovering America.
It may look unconventional because these ninth graders have been integrating theater art techniques into their history lesson on the late Union organizer Cesar Chavez.
Ready? Go. Instead of just reading from a textbook or watching film and collaboratively talking, they're actually acting out what was going on during the time of Cesar Chavez and his experience up in Delano.
Most of you should know your lines by now, and now we're going to start blocking.
The foundation of this concept is the addition of what's known as a teaching artist, a second instructor who complements the original course of study with some dramatic flair.
Our role is to work with the teacher to kind of see his lesson plans, what he's teaching, and how do we incorporate that into the theater.
You name it, he does it. He rides horses, stays in the mountains, crosses deserts, plains, rivers.
Some students were initially apprehensive about being asked to perform in a play during their history class. They eventually found the technique rewarding to their education.
I feel like I'm more involved with it than just a teacher giving me a notebook and a test to do. I feel like it lets me learn more and gets me to actually act in it real. Like, it makes me feel it, like feel what they had to go through.
San Diego Unified is the second largest school district in California, serving more than 130,000 students. Many of the youngsters are from disadvantaged families where English is considered a second language. School officials believe the arts-integrated teaching helps to improve language skills.
We have 48% English language learners at our school, so they're learning English at the same time they're learning the content. So how do you remember something? And using music and movement is a perfect way to help you remember.
Bell will ring, and then Mr. Henry will enter.
To be clear, this is not a performing arts class. It is instead the integration of artistic techniques into what the state calls its Common Core curriculum, in this case, a history class.
As opposed to the artist coming in and saying, here's what I'm going to do, the teacher instead says, here are the areas of content that we're working on. How are we going to use the arts to amplify that in some kind of meaningful, authentic way?
Now, as I was saying, in 1492, my wife sailed the ocean blue.
We've been learning about Columbus since the 3rd grade, and we don't even learn the truth.
Why add these dramatic behaviors to traditional classroom instruction? A number of studies have shown that an effective arts education program also prompts otherwise low-achieving and truant students to become more engaged with their studies.
We have multiple research studies that show when you integrate the arts into schools, academic achievement improves. And so we see that all the time.
I'm thinking of a character who loves to do cheerleading.
To implement the arts integration program, the district hired consultants who set up training for the additional teaching artists.
I work with the whole team. I'll come up with guiding principles for all of this work, and then structure what we call boot camp. So that is, getting the teachers and the artists just fully immersed in this arts integration training.
All right, so in the middle are all of our characters. We just brought them to life.
To pay for the program, San Diego Unified consulted with the California Alliance for Arts Education, which had been researching using Title I federal dollars to fund such a venture.
The question we were raising when we saw that those funds weren't being used for arts education is, why not? San Diego Unified is the first large district that has taken Title I funds and using them for arts integration strategies that are going into 22 schools.
What we need is something a little more traditional, more romantic, something that will attract all the voters.
As in other California classrooms, arts integration courses also include things like dance and music. They too have shown encouraging results.
You see the kids that are the ones like, don't call on me. They're the ones that kind of want to sort of hide in the woodwork and are not as confident in some of the academics. But then you see that same child and they get up on the stage and you're like, wow, I did not know Mark could do that.
San Diego Unified believes their expansion of arts into the regular curriculum provides the pathway to greater success as their students look to the future.
I still have an appreciation for history because without history, we probably would be repeating the same mistakes.
I never used to really study. Like, I always used to be that kid who just like, yeah, I'll just do the test and probably just wing it. But now I'm actually starting to study and like look into things now instead of just bypassing it.
You watch these young people who don't believe they can perform, and they'll say it for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then there's that one moment where you just see that light turn on, and they start getting excited about it, and they don't realize they're learning because they're having fun.